Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. It is the Conversations with Cornelius and Capricares and the Yolanda and the Cornelius show all in one. We greet you in the joy that Jesus Christ has given us today. What's going on, good people out here in the land of podcasting? Hey, it's the first official day of school here in Davidson County, and we are just grateful for what's about to take place in the lives of those active and engaged learners. Shout out to all of our teachers. Shout out to everybody who is on board with making sure that child is being educated and that the parents and stakeholders and everybody is on one accord. We are just grateful for that opportunity as we begin to understand some of the things that we need to understand to make sure and ensure that our learners, the leaders of our today and tomorrow, are being engaged in activity that will benefit us all today. Triggers and traumas. We still on triggers and traumas, y'all. Um, it is what it is. And even on yesterday, every day I come across a situation where an individual is still traumatized by a past event, and that past event plays out negatively or with some negativity, excuse me, in their presence and their present. So a trauma is an experience that is listen, that we don't even experience anymore, but the memory of the experience. Can I say that? Let me back up. The trauma is the memory of the experience. And sometimes you and I have memories of experience that leave us so wounded and warped. And the Lord had to share with me last night in the Sunday school convention that we can become wounded and warped. And if we're not careful, when we're wounded and warped, people that we're trying to lead in the right direction never get in that direction because they are wounded and warped from an experience that has happened that's left a memory. So that trauma has left a memory. And if we're not careful with that trauma, if we're not careful, that memory will gain momentum. And the more momentum that memory gains, the more the trauma has a hold on me. And yes, ma'am and sir, boy and girl, there comes a point in place in our life where that trauma does have a hold on us. It has had a hold on us, and we just have to be grateful and thankful that when we have given ourselves to the trauma, that trauma that has had a hold on us no longer has a hold on us. So, Capri Care family, triggers and traumas. What triggers your trauma? We need to know our triggers. I mean, you and I need to know our triggers. One of the things that trigger me is the fact that individuals who presumably think that you don't think and make statements that reflect that thought. Individuals who don't think that you think and make a statement that reflects that way of thinking. That's so triggering for me. I mean, oh my God, I cannot stand it. Like that's just a trigger. You said this is what you said. This is what you said. You said this. Okay, I'm not gonna give it an example of what was said. You said or you say. And in the midst of you saying or in the midst of that you said, then I can look at your character for what I looked at what you've communicated. Then I look at your character and there's a disconnect between your character and what you communicated. So that's a trigger for me. It's like, come on now. Out of all the things to do and to say, that's a trigger for me. So I want you, ma'am and sirs, to be very, very mindful of your triggers and your traumas because we all have them. And the more you and I say one thing and do something totally different, um, it can trigger all of us. So I have triggers, you have triggers, know your trauma. Even listen, even today, being the first day of school here in Davidson County, it's imperative that you and I understand that this can be a traumatic day because everybody has not had. I've noticed this. Everybody has not had um, the wonderful school experience that I've had. Like, I really can't tell you I've had a bad school experience. Never. I mean, I come from a place where we encourage education. Great. My grandmama's aunt was educated. My grandmama's brother went to college. My mom went to college. I went to college. We're talking about 100 years of uh, post baccalaureate and post. Yeah, yeah. Excuse me. We talking about 100 years of graduating from college in our family, higher ed education. So I look at it. I value education. I love going to school. I can't wait till my grandson, he gets his satchel. As the old folks say, get your satchel, boy, and goes to school. So can't wait for all that to take place. I'm so excited for that. And even when I guess it's 3, he'll be going, and I will encourage that. But then I know there are some people who do not have that experience. School is a place. It's a place of a lot of competitiveness. It's a place of it's a reality check for some. They don't get excited about school, the structure and the routine of school, which is very helpful, can become a place that's hurtful and harmful because they don't respond or haven't responded to that type of structure. So on this first day of school, shout out to everybody who's doing what they're doing. Know your triggers, know your trauma. Hey, it's capricares. Know that I care that I know. And guess what? I will see y'all tomorrow, same place, same time. Have a marvelous day. And as you know, know that I care. And guess what? Care that I